Okay, day 64 of trying to become a SOC analyst. We're on the LetsDefend platform. We've got an investigation of SOC 130, event log cleared, malware, and let's have a look at the alert. So it's on the Exchange server. It's been done via PowerShell. We've been given a hash. The process has been allowed. It's been flagged as event log cleared. We've been given the download, but it looks like the download is for the PowerShell. So let's jump into the alert and see what we can figure out. So if we go to the endpoint, might be the best option. Endpoint, we should see Exchange. So in terms of processes running, we're seeing the PowerShell. If we bring that up, it is the legitimate PowerShell from Microsoft, so it's not a process trying to hide. It's still running, so it hasn't been quarantined. Not that it would need to be, but we're not seeing what command was run. No command there. Normally if you're clearing logs, you would see something like wev where is it? Yeah, wevtutil.exe is used to clear. So we should see that in the PowerShell, or the other one was clear. I get event logs and clearing it that way. They're clear event log. But we're not seeing any command being run there. And in terms of, there's no agent there. CLS. And no history there. Okay. In terms of the file, we know it's the legitimate PowerShell process. The endpoint, just not seeing the command run, which is what's making it a little more difficult. The fact that there's no other signs of compromise on the endpoint, I'm going to start the playbook and see what it wants us to do. So if we start playbook, other, it's not quarantined as we see the process is running. It's not malicious as it's their official, just PowerShell. That's interesting though, because it can be very malicious, but we're going to go with not malicious. We can add the hash. Just a bit confused with this alert because is there alert regarding the fact that PowerShell was flagged as malicious and we need to verify that no, the PowerShell is the legitimate Windows PowerShell? Or is it flagged because of the event log clear command being run within PowerShell, which would, I've closed the window already, but that would give us like wevtutil.exe command being run, or our event log clear command being run. So that's what's confusing me. Let's write some notes. Let's log it as a false positive and see if we're on the money. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so I've written up some notes. Not sure if we're overthinking this one or not, but we've mapped it to the MITRE attack technique of indicator removal on host. Tried to log in the 5W style. The WHO activity was observed on host's Exchange server. The event involved execution of legitimate Windows process PowerShell. The alert SOC 130 event log cleared triggered when a PowerShell process was detected on their Exchange server. The hash corresponds to a legitimate Windows PowerShell binary. Investigation did not reveal any associated commands commonly used to clear event logs, such as wevtutil.exe or Clear-EventLog. No suspicious scripts or additional malicious processes were observed running on the endpoint. The when timestamp, the where, host name, Exchange server, source IP, the 172 internal address, the process powershell.exe. Why? The alert was triggered due to detection rule related to potential event log clearing activity. However, analysis of process activity on the endpoint did not reveal any commands or utilities that could indicate Windows event logs were cleared. The PowerShell binary detected as a legitimate system component, and no malicious or suspicious activity was observed on the host based on available evidence. This is assessed as a false positive. So just going back to my point that it seems like the alert was triggered more by the fact that PowerShell was ran, not what was ran within PowerShell. So it might be a very generic or broad alert that when it detects PowerShell, spawn the alert to investigate. And if it was someone maliciously trying to clear the logs, I think we would see the command history of PowerShell. In the LetsDefend platform, you can always see the terminal history. So we would see probably spawning that wevtutil.exe process to clear the logs, or the commandlet of the Clear-EventLog, and we weren't seeing any of that. So that's my justification. So for a false positive, it seems like a pretty in-depth investigation. Normally when I think false positive, I think it should be a short quick one, but we do need to dot all our T's. Oh no, that's not the same. Dot our I's and cross our T's. So let's close that off. Finish the playbook. We'll close the ticket. So we are going to say false positive, put our notes back in. Oops, I need to grab my notes from Obsidian. Okay, close that. Okay, we're on a streak. And at least we know we got a tick, so we've got it right. We haven't broken a hot streak yet. Alright, so it was a false positive. Malware was not malicious because PowerShell, and it was not quarantined because it was still running. So we did get it correct. Possibly everyone else would have got this alert closed a lot quicker than me. I think I was throwing a bit of a curveball with the title of the alert. I think I was initially thinking that the alert spawned because there was some proof of the event log being cleared, but I now believe that the alert rule for this is just very broad, that if on their Exchange server someone runs PowerShell, it spawns this alert. And I think based on the results, that is probably the correct logic. So alright, I'll see you on day 65 of trying to become a SOC analyst. Thank you for watching.